Hey there, 5th grade. This is Mrs. Salyer, and I'm here today to do a lesson with you on subtracting decimals. I'm going to talk about two ways that you can do that. One is with a representation. This is one way that you need to know. Also, you're going to see subtracting decimals represented in this way lots of times on benchmark testing or even on a TCAP test. So, let's look at what I have set up here for you. You can see that I have colored in this portion of a hundredths grid, and I have colored in this portion of a hundredths grid, and I have the subtraction symbol here. So I'm taking this amount and I'm subtracting off this amount. Let's first determine what the equation for this problem would be. So I can see that, remember, the rods are tenths. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tenths. Or I could say 51 hundredths, but for our purposes today, we're going to call it 5 tenths. Now, the amount that we're subtracting off, I don't have any full tenths, I don't have any rods, I just have unit cubes, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which means that I have 8 hundredths. So I have 5 tenths, and I want to take away 8 hundredths. The way I can do that is come back over here, and I know that I'm going to be subtracting these 8 unit cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them are gone. Now, I'm going to look and see what I have left here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 tenths and 2 hundredths. So I have 42 hundredths left, and the answer to this problem would be 42 hundredths. And that's how you would need to think about doing a representation. You can take the second hundredths grid, and what you're doing is you're removing that from your first number, so you can just exit off and see what's left. That's a really easy way to subtract decimals, and something that you might see on a TCAP test where they may ask you to set up the equation like we did, and that's the first thing that you need to do. You need to look at what the equation is, and then you can just subtract off what you need to subtract off and get your answer. Another thing that we're going to be talking about today is subtracting decimals mathematically. I told you the number one rule for adding decimals and the number one rule for subtracting decimals is just exactly the same. You should always make sure that you line the decimals up first. So, let's look at the problem that I have here. 25 and 4 tenths minus 16 and 54 hundredths. Remember that we are not lining the numbers up, we're lining the decimal points up, which means that you have to write the problem vertically. There's a decimal point, and here is a decimal point. Now let me show you what most kids are going to do in this problem. Most kids are going to look at this problem, and what they're going to do is they are just going to bring this 4 down because there's nothing there. And then they're going to go on and subtract. That is not correct. Don't ever do that. Particularly in subtracting, you have to put a value in. So you have to put your 0 there if there's nothing there. That's very important. You can't just bring that 4 down or you will get it wrong. Now remember, I will allow you to give a put down when you're talking to a decimal because it's sitting there and it's saying to you, nah, 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 I'm going to mess you up. You're going to tell it to shut up and get down. So it's coming down. They're lined up in a straight line as it should be. Remember that if you want to use some grid paper like this that we used with adding our decimals to help you keep your numbers lined up, that's a great idea to do that. So as I'm looking, I can't take 4 away from 0 unless we're doing negative numbers, and we're not doing negative numbers, which means I need to regroup. So I'm going to come here. Now 10 minus 4 is 6. Once again, I can take 3 away from 5, but I would be doing negative numbers, and we're not doing that. So I'm going to have to regroup. And now if I have 13 and I take away 5, I have 8. Okay, 4 minus 6, once again, I'm going to have to regroup. And I know that 14 minus 6 is 8. And 1 minus 1 is 0, and I don't need to put it there. So my answer for this is going to be 8 and 86 hundredths. Subtracting decimals is really not that difficult. You're just taking away. If you have access to some hundredths grids or want to find some on the internet and print them out, you can solve your decimal subtraction problems with a representation like we did here. Or you can just do it mathematically, but the number one rule is that you always have to make sure that you line the decimals up first. You have your adding and subtracting decimals reference sheet that looks like this. Remember, I asked you to print it out or copy it down in your math journal so that you would remember your steps. Step 1, line up your decimals. Step 2, add zeros for missing digits if you need to. Step 3, add or subtract, and then bring your decimal down in a straight line and don't let it mess you up. Now I have some practice problems for you to do on subtracting decimals. The main trouble that most 5th graders have when they're subtracting decimals really doesn't have to do with the decimals at all. It's that you are still having some trouble with regrouping. So make sure that you remember to regroup if you need to do that. And good luck on your assignment. I will be seeing you for another lesson soon. Have a great day.